And I'm back. Sorry, my last video was interrupted. Pretty bad. Technical problem. But I'm back. So yeah, this is the... So yeah, from here you can go ahead and look at what he has, what the merchant has for outfits. So the outfits tab. The other one, if they have more, they might have other tabs, but this one just has outfits right now. So this should show me my stash, which is all the items I have outside of my inventory. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is my equipment. It's currently equipped items, right? Let's see here. And I do not know what I have right now. I think I have armor 1 though. Whatever I have, it should be armor 1. Here's my outfit. Secure clothing. Basic clothing for a Shadowrunner. It's an armor 1, so it's not much, but it it should work for a little bit. And I don't think I'm actually gonna get anything. But if I want to get anything, I would say Alley Punk might be good. That's pretty good. It's 4 armor. It's dressed 1 step above the Street Ganger. Grants +3 hit points. It does cost $750, so that's kind of big. It's kind of big there. Salish Runner is 300 Nuyen. It gives out 2 armor. Clothes directly imported from the Salish Shahid Council. Grants +1 to Charisma. Salish Shahid is a elven nation. I believe it's somewhere in the northwest of the current day United States, somewhere in there. But it's an elven nation. What else we got here? We got the Black Hat. 2 armor, +1 to intelligence. I don't know. I like the Alley Punk though. I feel like I want to get the Alley Punk. It can wait, I guess. Just a little bit. Should show you the rest of this stuff, right? So this is the Seamstresses Union. Jen Parks. She's an Asian woman's expression reads, "Open for business." But her demeanor reads dealer rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck, a gun on her hip, and a chip on her shoulders. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you could use some firepower, something simple. I got guns so smart they practically fire themselves. Smart guns. You looking for tech? Got some of that too. If that's what you roll, if that's the way you roll, show me what you got. So yeah, she's got weapons, drones, and some consumables like grenades, smoke grenades, med kits, trauma unit. No trauma, but a drone repair kit though. Drones are sometimes useful, but I don't really use them. But I'm interested in making a character someday, a rigger character that uses drones. Not today. Okay, what we got here? Baseball bat, machete, AK-97. That's the one you would get if you had chosen a rifle. You got the street sweeper, Beretta Model Nut 70, submachine gun, Fletchy Security 500. I don't know. It's AK-97. It's a common assault rifle in the world, but it's an AK. I don't know. $750. I could get something better later on. I can wait on it for a bit. Mr. Chloe. Chloe. Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of a troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome. Please behave yourself. Will do. You get trouble in here often? Nothing a stern look can't usually solve. You have business here? Looking into the death of Sam Watts. Heard about that. Real shame what happened to him. There's a sharpness in Chloe's eyes. The look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. I figure Sam was the type who needed to be thrown out on occasion. Courage to call it a night, I'd say. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. Usually? What about the night he died? He was a bit agitated, didn't catch the specifics, might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. Thanks for the info. No problem. Let's see here. Johnny Clean and... how much? And Nuke. Johnny Clean. Man dressed like a janitor but is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, real thin, has cunning look to it in his eye, and says he's more than just a maintenance man. Howdy, name's Johnny Clean, you knew? Howdy. Yeah, first time just getting a look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This looks like the type of place. Just sweeping up a bit. Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. Mutter, I told you. It's not like that at all. Bring me proof that you shall have it. I am honored, your majesty. Weird. What it was. That was why I used to mustard instead of ketchup. Forgive me, Jean. I was a fool. He looks you in the eye, his other conversation on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. I'd like to view your wares. Let's see here. We got weapon spells, conjuring. This is more, I think, more for shamans. You can see right here it says mage. The AP cost, cooldown is how long until you can do it. Use it for the next turn. Like this one right here. Heal wound requires 2 cooldowns, so that'll be 2 turns until you can use it. Conjuring is shaman. Chi casting is a physical adept only. So you need requires chi cast, which I don't have any of that. I'm probably not going to go for it on this game, but yeah, that's him. And what else we have here? We have Miss Kubota. Mrs. Kubota watches you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house. This is my house. Mess with it at your peril." But her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Kabanwa, good evening. My, but aren't you a pretty elf? Are you enjoying the seamstress's union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely. Or is this business? I just need a moment of your time, Miss Kubota. I have topics to discuss. Soka, and why should I help you? Sam Watts. I'm looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you are the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk, his avenging angel, who would strike back for him from beyond the grave. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could brag or borrow enough union to become altered in some way. Drugs, chips, alcohol. It didn't matter to Sam. As long as he was bent, he was always looking for his next fix. He clung to his place like it was a lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out to the back of the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. What was this place called? Seamstresses Union. During the gold rush years, there was a census. There was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power, and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know that they would be treated fairly there. And thus, a rich tradition was born. So you're a former seamstress? No, perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman, quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's dangerous, why fear for her? Please, if you are what I think you are, you know. There is always someone more dangerous. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It's unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction in my conscience. Here is the key. Sorry. Okay. So now we can go upstairs. Okay, from here, let's see, here we got a terminal. Mid-grade security panel attached to the nearby door. It's set to require a password for entry. If I had decking, I could go ahead and hack it. You see what I mean? But I would need 2 decking skills. I wonder what I have right now. I have 9 karma right now. Get one in there. Should probably wait a little longer. But yeah, you can get decking, but you'd have to get some intelligence first, so you actually have like 2, 3, you need 5 karma just to get there. And I don't have it right now. Well, I have it, I just don't feel like using it. But I'm gonna keep that shotgun there because that's pretty good. So the interesting thing is that, or the weird thing is, you have quickness, range combat, and the actual weapon skills. Alright, so in order to, so first thing you need is to increase the quickness, and that, like, if you want to increase range combat to 6, you need to put in a 6 right here, 6 here, just to get these up. And the same thing goes for the range combat with the skills, so that's kind of iffy. Oh, I didn't get that shotgun in there. Confirm. Alright. Well, get into people's houses. There's 2 doors. Is there anything useful around here? My coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. Stands littered with action movies, cigarette butts, frame painting of the Chicago skyline done in stylized silhouette. I think that's a notebook because it's got a little thing there. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished it out of a junkyard, doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes dust-caked fans to spin up. Only a display on screen. Password. Without the password, the only other button on screen is a password recovery option. Password recovery. Question 1, your first childhood pet. I'm just going to guess it here. Stored 2, your favorite musical act, and your hometown. And that's it. Okay, so gotta find those 3. Possibly Chicago is your hometown. It's her hometown. It's supposed to be Coyotes, so. Open the diary to the first paper, second, third, fourth. Alright. So here's a receipt stuck between the pages and diary entry. Let's check out the receipt first. Browning max power pistol from Gin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns are hot women turn her on. Okay. Alright, so the diary. It came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping in an apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him with the real Paco. But this cutter Drek keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different from the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, and he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both, but I can make it seamstress union. But he still goes on these runs. The bozo's all over my floor. I feel like he's just saying how far he can push me before I kick him out. Try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last cutter door I lost, I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping on the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to have him to leave. He's the reason I go through all this stuff last year. I got my bartending license, got this apartment, and this life. I know he cares about me, loves me, more than his involvement with the cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. Let's see. Paco's boyfriend. Cutter's a gang. Paper handwritten poem on it. Read the poem. They just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. Last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch in a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. So, 2 doesn't sound like there's much in there. Inspect receipt. A COD receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. Look at the picture. It shows a young girl with a caramel skin, dark brown hair, snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. Back of the photo reads Shadow. So that's the pet's name, Shadow. It's a snake. Third paper. Between the pages. Fourth paper. Seat wall safe installed near the bathroom door, set to a combination. See, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6. I should remember that. Alright, so, because I think there was a, yeah. Small safe, yeah. Response, door opens. Password recovery. So first childhood pet would be Shadow. Favorite musical act. I do not remember. It's Concert Dreams, I think. Name of your hometown, I would say Chicago. Should be in the diary. I have to check it again. Chicago. There we go. Never write down your password, logging you in. Karma 3. Computer, basic list of applications, calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Dalia about gig. Today, meet Paco for a date at Pike Place Market, due 30 minutes. Contacts. Coyote's contact list has exactly one entry, someone named Paco. There is no comlink number or other contact information for him available. This does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. This is history. Quick scan. Recent searches show that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. This also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. Okay. Where is she? There she is. How can I help you? Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, member of the Cutters. He's a good kid in a nasty line of work. I warn Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. Heard of Murray's Meat Emporium. Her face twists in disgust. No, I'm a vegetarian. Well, no one's perfect. Did you know Jin Park sold Coyote a gun recently? I'd be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but around here you need a gun just to take trash out to a dumpster. Coyote has been on a date with Paco at Pike Mike Market in the next half hour. Has a date. If you would go down there, it might bring me peace of mind. I'll call a cab for you. It should be able to get you there in time. Gambit Kudasi. Good luck. Riding Max to Coyote, the bartender. Hey guy, I'm straight. I don't talk about my clients or what they buy. Bad for business. However, I'm sure she would recommend me if she was a customer, which I'm not saying she is. Of course, I expect no less. Listen, Coyote's missing. Miss Bata asked me to find her. I need to know where. Whatever Miss Kubota wants, I didn't realize Coyote was missing. She said she expected to encounter more kind of a paranormal animal at close range. I recommended the Ares Predator, but she couldn't afford it, so she went with the Browning Max Power. Need some hardware? What do you got? Really don't want to get the AK, but I feel like I really should. 750. I don't know. Some more cash. But take a look. I'm gonna get the alley punk. It's 4 armor, get extra hit points, so I guess so. Look weird. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be kind of our first mission. We're not actually gonna get into it just right away, but we leave the hub and we're gonna be in a different part because we're gonna take a cab to Pike Market, Pike Place Market. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate archaeologies. For many, these archaeologies are home. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things, legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of those shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from where the moment you step out of the cab. So yeah, go in there. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, so this is Pike's Place Market. Did I already save? I don't remember if I saved. It's not, but I'll save it right here. Let's see. Patrick. Universal Brotherhood. Build a better tomorrow. Kind of reminds me of... Nah, I can't. The handsome young man turns away from the crowd and fixes you with his full, completely undivided attention. Sir, you are a beautiful elf. Again. But you could be so much more. What are you selling? I'm not selling anything. We are giving away the secrets to a more fulfilling, happy, and productive life. Okay, I'll bite. What are the secrets to a more happy, fulfilling, productive life? The first step is simply come and listen. Tomorrow night, Lynn Telestrian will be speaking about the importance of family in the sixth world. Please join us tomorrow, and the secrets to a better life shall be revealed to you. He smiles and turns back to the crowd. Okay. Refurbished flowers for sale. Let's see. Synth dressers for sale. Just fabbed. Paco. There's Paco. Hey, see my friend around? Tall lady, dreads. The kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutters Gang. Young, clean-shaven. He stands like he owns the street and everyone on it. He seems distracted, though. Glancing around with increasing agitation, he looks over you as you approach. Watch yourself, dandelion eater. What do you want? You wouldn't happen to be looking for Coyote, would you? That's none of your fragging business. Who the hell are you? I'm Dash. I'm looking for Coyote. I need to ask for some questions. I'm the one who's going to pretend you have better manners. I need to find Coyote. Relax, we're on the same team. I'm Dash. I'm the one who's going to pretend you have better manners. I need to find Coyote. And I need you to tell me why you think that's my problem. I'm not her boss. Find her for yourself. I was just at the union. She's missing 2 shifts, and Miss Kubato hasn't been able to reach her on her comm. The tough guy swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone. Before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting in your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know of him, sure. Blake doesn't know any cutters to take side gigs, though. So I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't seen anything about taking new work. Wait a minute. Drek. I know where she is. Damn. Couldn't she wait? Damn it. Paco, slow down. Where'd she go? The Royale Apartments. The landlord, Stevie J, runs a drug ring out of the out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilah was looking for runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job, I'm sure of it, and if those thugs caught her, she's in a grim determination, and you see a grim determination in Paco's eyes. I'm going over there. Are you coming? One more thing. Coyote had a receipt for some zebra meat from the place called Murray's Meat Market. Ever heard of it? Zebra meat? What? Look, that shop's just down the block. If you want to check it out, but I'm going to the Royale, with or without your help. What's it gonna be? I'll help get Coyote back, but you better be able to handle yourself in a fight. Things might get ugly. Of course, I know my way around a fight. Stevie J better be ready for a world of hurt. Paco curls his hands into a fist. Now let's get moving. The Royale is just a few blocks from here. Dog on a stick here. Maps. Manny. He's got something to say. Small meat stand presents enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow to canine, and to the exotic and paranormal. The pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want? You know we can't afford more. Relax, man. My friend just has a question. Everything cool here? Yeah, everything's swell. Manny continues to stare daggers at Paco's direction. The name's Manny. Now, what do you want? What would someone want to... Why would someone want to buy zebra meat for? Some people eat it, but I wouldn't recommend that. Tough as nails. We mostly sell it to corp security teams who use it as a reward for their hellhounds. The flamers go crazy for the stuff for the reason. And Coyote was trying to get a gun to fight against hellhounds. So there you go. Okay. Well, Drek, that's why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everyone talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up somewhere in the Royale, and she never picked it up. So, whatever. Anything else? I have a receipt for order of zebra meat, so have it for me. I'll look it up. Yeah, I got it here. 2 days past the pickup time. Didn't think anyone was going to come for it here. It's all yours now. So, I'll be leaving now. Okay. Got some cops. As your eyes adjust to flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman, dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic spreads across Paco's face. Oh no. Is that Coyote? This isn't happening, goddammit. Pull yourself together, take a look. Is that her? Step forward, breathes a huge sigh of relief. No, it's not her. Thank God. Look, let's not hang here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star pigs around. Paco looks over at the victim again. It's too bad. Whatever happened here, I'm not going to let anyone like this happen to Coyote. So yeah, looks like a woman died. So that's a murder. Yeah, I've seen her in the shack. It's a corp hit, I'm sure. Who is it? Officer Landers. What do you have to say? A tall, emotionless Lone Star officer blocks entry into the crime scene. Behind her, You spot the lively face of an organ grinder's coroner, Dresden. So he's back. This is an active Lone Star investigation. Please step away from the barrier. Yeah, there's etiquette for security. What happened here, officer? Yeah. Homicide, now move along, please. Let me through, please. Oh, wait. I'm here to see Coroner Dresden. Who might you be? It's alright, officer. He's with me. Dresden steps up in the barrier with a warm grin. The officer looks at you with poorly concealed skepticism. Okay then, make it quick. Lying on the pavement, the body of a young human female. Her eyes have been gouged out cleanly out, and you notice a string of bite marks. Oh shit. So what brings you out here, hot on the trail of a dead man's killer? Coincidence? Believe it or not, I take it I've stumbled across another Ripper murder. Yeah, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work. Gotta hand it to him. Our Ripper knows what he's doing, or she, I suppose. A lot of options here. Can you tell me if she was subdued in some way before she had her eyes? What do you know about the victim? Well, not much. Dresden scratches his head absent-mindedly, probably breaking some sort of sanitation protocol. She's been dead for about 3 hours. Her name was Lucy Warden. Worked at the Stuffer's shack just around the corner. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Can you tell if she was subdued in some way before her eyes were removed? That's a strange thing. There doesn't seem to be any sign of a struggle, not a single bruise on her body, yet she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken. Died of blood loss shortly thereafter. As to what knocked her out, I don't know. Until I can run more tests back at the lab. I thought you ran the Redmond franchise. Isn't Pike Place a little far from home? Yeah, well, I don't really mind the change of scenery. He laughs. Coroner for the downtown branch is out on maternity, so I told management that I'd cover for her on this one. Plus, I want the sicko caught. What about the bite marks on her arm? She completely unrelated. It appears some wild dogs dragged the body out here from the alley sometime after her death. You saw magic use here? There was evidence of an unusual explosion in the alley where Sam died. Now there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious though. I'm sure when McCluskey shows up, he'll call in a full magical forensics team though, just to be sure. So the Ripper takes Watts River and this woman's eyes. Any theories? Trophies of some sort, I suppose, probably of some symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. That's enough questions. Thanks, Dresden. Hey, I figure if I could help you out, there's a better chance to get this scumbag off the streets a little sooner. McCluskey wants a Ripper caught, wants the Ripper in a cell, sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, huh? Dresden starts to turn back to the body, then stops. Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon before he shows up. Aguilar. Plainclothes Lone Star officer before you sports a tacky hat and a crooked grin to match. So you're the one who's working for the dead man, huh? McCluskey warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before McCluskey. I'm Officer Aguirre. Pleased to meet you. Now, seeing as this crime scene is going nowhere fast, what can I do for you? I take it you and McCluskey don't exactly see eye to eye. I just say McCluskey and I have conflicting interests. What can you tell me about the murder that took place here? Not much really. We know that there's 3 hours ago, and we know her eyes have been surgically removed. Didn't need Dresden to figure that much out. He's looking at the body though, so he might have more. Me, I've been scanning the rest of the scene and looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Damn Ripper might as well be a ghost. Do you have any leads on the Ripper? Plenty if you ask McCluskey, but the truth is, we're as clueless as you probably are. Thanks for your time, officer. Hey, hold on a minute. You haven't put on a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. The Lonely Orphans Fund? Yeah, see, you make a contribution for the fund, I put you on lists and let you know the next time we find any orphans that you might be interested in. He wants a bribe. So, well, I'm always interested in finding out about any new orphans you discover. Excellent. Shall we say 300? Even 100 million will make me a big difference for an orphan these days. He makes a face. Yeah, well, some orphans have more expensive taste than others. 200, you can take it or leave it. It's 100 nothing. You're lost then. Fuck it. Elf. Elf. Elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. His meticulously clean lab coat, format jacket, and old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. He notices you approach and locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Hello there, stranger. Might I inquire, do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will be removed to? Why would you want to know something like that? The elf giggles. A strange, high-pitched, warble. Not seen the emergence happen face. Oh, just a hobby. Never mind that, though. A good evening to you and your friend, the coroner. Okay. Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there in the crowd earlier? Huh? Where? He's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which organ grinder's facility will be taken to. Interesting. Well, there's those who might be interested in purchasing some of their parts for sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at a site of a murder. An ugly elf, huh? I'll keep an eye out. Shouldn't be hard to spot if he comes back around. That's enough question. Thanks, Dresden. Anytime. Suspicious.